One thing that makes my town truly unique is our world-class delicacy, the famous and delectable puto rice cake. It comes in a variety of colors and flavors and tastes delicious. I am honored to promote our world-class food establishment. The fact that Puto Festival or Puto Calasiao set the Guinness World Record for the largest Puto rice cake mosaic on December 19, 2018. I grew up in Calasiao, where I witnessed all town's projects, changes, and progress throughout my entire life. And the public transportation system is something that I would like to improve. The current public transportation system is adequate, but as architecture students, we must continue to innovate for the benefit of the public, because traffic in Calasiao and throughout the Philippines is congested, causing boredom and wasting time. Some of our commuters have chosen to purchase their own vehicle in order to avoid the congestion and to be more comfortable on their own. We are always thinking about commuters' daily routines. As a result, more modernized public transportation vehicles should be added, as well as improved and sustained service. Commuters will be enticed by the comfort and accessibility. The first thing I'd like to improve is frequency. First and foremost, riders want buses to arrive more frequently. They also want assurance that their bus or jeepney will arrive quickly, preferably within 15 minutes. Second, improve passenger comfort and safety. Safety and comfort have always been concerned for Calasiao transit riders. And post-pandemic public will need to be convinced that it is safe to return. The level of comfort varies greatly depending on crowd density during peak hours. Transit agency must constantly monitor vehicle loads and consider changes to mitigate the crowding in order to bring passengers back. Other measures, such as visible hygiene measures and mask wearing, can also help passengers feel more at ease. The thing that I don't want to change about my town is that the people are very religious, as evidenced by the fact that we have the second oldest church in Pangasinan, which is the Saints Peter and Paul Parish. Calasiao holds a town fiesta on May 2 and 3 to commemorate the feast day of Señor Divino Tesoro. The fiesta of Saints Peter and Paul, which were the days of the Calasiao fiesta, are held every June 28 and 29. I hope that nothing will ever change people's fear of God, of their religious beliefs. Because Calasiao is a suburban town, I am able to promote of our rich farmlands, which are primarily planted with rice, as well as some of our fish ponds. The municipality's main crops were rice, corn, vegetables, and bananas, and the family's primary source of income was primarily agriculture. Aside from agriculture, to visit in Calasiao, I'd like to promote to our balikbayan some infrastructures such as Robinson's Mall, where they can eat local and lutong bahay foods as well as some delicacies, as well as go on amusements and watch movies. Of course, I'd like to promote Tito's Cafe, where we serve the best and sweetest milk tea in town, as well as our delicious and unique foods like our signature Tito's Cafe or fries, cheese balls, clubhouse, and nachos, and more. We also have a world-class hotel, the Monarch, and the historical or the old hotel, the Regency. Apart from that, we still have a lot to offer. For example, if you want to relax and enjoy your vacation, we have beautiful resorts to visit. If you want to go on historical church, we have Saint Peter and Paul Parish, which was built in 1588, and it is the Pangasinan's second oldest church. I am confident that our balikbayans or our tourists will enjoy and return to Saint Peter and Paul Parish, also known as Calasiao Church, Aside from that, the historical and Baroque architecture of the said church, there is a mini museum inside the church where you can learn about the church history. And we also have the Senior Divino Tesoro story. Senior Divino Tesoro Shrine, Calasiao, Pangasinan, the most divine image of our Lord Jesus crucified. Popularly known by its devotees as Senior Divino Tesoro, is venerated not by townspeople of Calasiao, but by people of walks of life, young and old, rich and poor, from far and near. So many are recipients of His divine help and accountable blessings. So many have received answers to prayers and supplications. Of course, the historical and oldest church of Saints Peter and Paul, in my opinion, is the first attractive street or place in my town. The historical appearance of Saints Peter and Paul makes it appealing. It is made of massive bricks and it is in good condition. The second is my alma mater, which is CCNHS or Calasiao Comprehensive National High School, which appeals to me because the main building has been preserved and the landscaping is attractive, and I attended there from grade 7 to grade 12. The third option is Robinson's Place, Pangasinan. When I was in junior high school, we used to go to the mall during recess or whenever we had free time to relax and have fun. Despite the exhausting lessons, activities, and practices, we still have or had a good time and made memories. The location appeals to me because it is the first mall in my town. One important aspect is fellowship, which is a typical Filipino trait that simply means getting along with others. It necessitates a genuine intrinsic sense of togetherness. We can't control our neighbors' personalities or character behaviors, but we can still be nice to them. Show unity to organize our community system and build trust. We will have a good relationship if we do well in our neighbors or community. Global warming is a serious problem today. Scientists are protesting and warning us to protect our planet by reducing the usage of fossil fuels. Everyone is affected and responsible for this disaster. We are all responsible for this, and we can all help by reducing things that have an impact on our environment, sorting our trash, and limiting our electricity and water consumption to save and conserve. As architecture students, we can build infrastructure that does not harm the environment and environmentally friendly. We must not cut trees, promote sustainable development, recycle materials into aesthetic and pleasing to the eye, and it's our responsibility to shape the future. We know that biking is awesome. People who commute to work by bike are generally healthier and happier and save more money than the overall population. I'd like to improve the bike lanes in Calasiao, a purpose to expand and improve bicycle lanes and infrastructure such as bicycle lanes, parking and storage facilities, signal indicators, landscaping, and pedestrian overpass and underpass. By implementing these projects, it will reduce the air pollution and carbon emission. People were persuaded to use bicycles for their daily transportation service. Locals will benefit on this project or improve aside from heavy traffic and congestions. The effects of the environment, people will save of money because they will not pay for their transportation fare and increasing amount of gas oil. Naturally, beauty also has a significant economic impact, directly supporting the town's tourism and film industries, as well as adding value to exports and raw materials. Landscapes of high quality can help local economies thrive by attracting residents, investment, and tourists. As an architecture student and future planner, we must conserve to keep our historical infrastructures and tourist attractions in good shape. Calasiao Municipality is working to improve the needs of residents as well as the safety and comfort of Calasiaoeños and visitors. It's also crucial to understand our town's history and main raw materials so that we can highlight them whenever we build infrastructures, keeping in mind the people who will benefit and accessible for them. Architecture is a product of culture that it was designed for, and architects, being inherent problem solvers, typically seek to design spaces for times and the people who will use them. They don't just design buildings that are sturdy and strong. They create environments where people will benefit in different ways now and into the future. It's all about the big picture. Culture and its history are models, beliefs, and aims. They form a people's national identity. It is essential to preserve our culture or cultural heritage to maintain our identity as a nation or even in our local or town. Cultural heritage includes structures, artwork, and other significant objects in society. It also entails cultural heritage is different, precious, and irreplaceable. The task of preserving culture for future generation now falls to the current youth. The younger generation must preserve the identity of the people who came before them. Also, they need to follow the same practices and manners so that they prevent any change in the cultural heritage during their time or lifetime. Keeping our history alive improves our environment. It is commonly accepted that preserving heritage sites benefit the world. It's ecologically responsible for preserving older commercial and residential structures. Historic preservation is a form of residential development, especially on our town. It results in valuable and appealing buildings on already developed land. Heritage preservation lessens dependency on new materials, polluting construction materials, and energy-intensive manufacturing. Awnings, overhangs, and shutters are all designed to optimize natural light to save energy. Every old building is a one of a kind, its own identity and distinct personality. All those visual aspects and physical features that make up the appearance of every historic building are referred to as a character. The overall shape of the building, its materials, craftsmanship, decorative details, interior spaces, and features, as well as the various aspects of each site and environment are all character-defining elements. The town's or my town's visual character, I believe, is diverse. With a variety of building types, Calasiao is also a suburban town, so there are some historical buildings or houses, baroques, classics, as well as a modern and contemporary structures. Calasiao Municipality has a lot to offer and to improve. This is a map of the municipality of Calasiao, where I live.